Alright, we are back for Pokemon League Challenge number 2 using my team from Heartgold, which is actually my favorite Pokemon Let's Play I've ever done. So if you guys are going to watch just one Let's Play and you haven't already, or if you just haven't seen that one yet, then I definitely recommend it. That was so much fun, and I love this team very much. Um, we already faced my third favorite Pokemon and used them with Arcanine, and my first favorite is Dragonite, and this team has Togekiss, which is my second favorite, and plenty of others that I also like. But alright, let's get to it. First, we are against Will, who is a Psychic user. So I'm going to use Heracross, which is Bug and Fighting, which means we are weak to Psychic attacks, but we also are super effective against Psychic Pokemon, so this should be interesting. And of course, this is the Elite Four with their best teams after they upgrade. So I honestly don't remember really what they have. They are a lot under leveled, it appears. I think it's supposed to be to level up a bunch to fight Red at the end, but it should still be a fun game, or at least I hope it is. Okay, so Bronzong is Steel and Psychic. I'm going to guess it as Levitate, and let's just go for close combat. Bronzong only has two weaknesses, Fire and Ground, and depending on its ability, it can either have Levitate, which makes it immune to Ground, or Heatproof. I think it's Heatproof, which makes it take half damage from fire attacks, so it's kind of risky to use any super effective attack against a I guess not fire as much, because worst case you're just doing even damage, but alright, a Psychic and Flying type, that's why we have Stone Edge for coverage, and Natu is faster, interesting. Heracross is pretty fast, but I guess Xatu is faster. I didn't realize Xatu was that fast of a Pokemon. We're confused, but Rod powered through and used Stone Edge. Also, if you guys are enjoying this playthrough, then and you don't want to watch it the whole Heartgold Let's Play, I totally get it, but definitely check out the Elite Four, I think it was Elite Four rematch, because there were some really good battles in there, including one of them, I won't spoil which one, is I think the best battle I've had in one of these games. Well, I've had a few good ones now, so it's definitely up there. Alright, Grumpig, cool Pokemon, it is pure Psychic type, and unfortunately we didn't pass that confusion check. And we do have a very high attack stat, which means when we hurt ourselves in confusion, it does a lot of damage. Can Rod hold on? Come on, Rod. Oh, is that a crit? Okay, he held on. Good. Good job. Please don't be confused anymore. Okay, please fight through it. Yes! Okay. And we might even have the ability Swarm, which means that should do even more damage. I can't remember which ability Rod has, but regardless, a Mega Horn from a Heracross that's like 22 levels higher, that's super effective. That's a lot of damage. I think he also is holding the Expert Belt, so even more damage. Okay, so I do have Swarm. Okay, cool. In this gen, this is Gen 4, so there's no Fairy type yet. Ah, we missed. That's okay, Rod, you did a great job. Time to bring in another Pokemon. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in Cian, our Magmortar. And nothing is super effective. How many Pokemon does Will have left? 3? Alright, let's go ahead and set up a Sunny Day. I feel like that's worth it. We'll get the boost to Flamethrower. We can use Solar Beam in case Will has, like, Slowbro or something. Alright, Calm Mind. That'll help a little bit, but really the Sunlight and the Calm Mind should cancel each other out. I would think this would be a knockout. Gardevoir has a decent special defense stat, I think. Oh, Gardevoir survived with just about 1 HP, it looks like. Magmortar is pretty strong, but so is Gardevoir. It's been a long time since I've raised a Gardevoir. I definitely need to do that again soon. I'm expecting a full restore, so let's use Flamethrower, because with the damage roll and the damage variation, it might be a one-hit knockout, which would be good. Because then it'll save us a turn of Sunny Day. I don't think we're holding a Heat Stone. I think we have probably a Charcoal. So every turn we can get a Sunny Day will help us. Oh wow, okay, I guess we had good damage variation the first time then. Oh, that's right, Gardevoir used another Calm Mind, I think, at the end of that, so that would explain it. Let's use Thunderbolt just to mix things up and to save some power points on our main stab attack. Oh, and it wasn't enough! Ah, that was a bad choice on my part. I thought for sure it would be enough, but I guess all those Calm Minds. Is this a crit? That's gotta be a crit. That's not a crit. Wow. Gardevoir is really strong. Okay, you know what? We're gonna run out of Sunny Day very soon, so yeah, this was tougher than I thought it would be, being 19 levels higher. That was a bad choice using Thunderbolt, but I didn't think it would matter. Alright, and Jinx, our HP is pretty low at this point, so let's just go right for the Flamethrower. Jinx has a very low HP stat. I actually think I might use a Jinx, because I haven't trained a Jinx since I was a kid, if ever, probably if ever. And even though it'd be cool to raise one as a Smoochum, I think I'm just going to use it in the Pokemon Red playthrough that I'm going to do that I was talking about. Not on screen, but I will do the Elite Four almost certainly to show you guys. Alright, and there is a Surlobro, so this would have been a really good time to have Sunny Day up. I'm still going to should I try it, or should I go for... I'm going to go for Sunny Day, because I feel like if I use Thunderbolt, it won't be a one-hit knockout, and Slowbro will retaliate with, like, Surf or something like that. Maybe Scald or Waterfall, but enough to knock me out. But if I use Sunny Day, I will go first, because obviously it's Slowbro, it's slow. And, okay, so it didn't end up using a Water attack anyway. But I was thinking, if it used a Water attack, now the Sunlight will have the damage, and I might actually survive that to use a Solar Beam. Okay, at this point, Solar Beam will be our most powerful attack. 120 base power. Slowbro's tough, but 20 levels lower, this might be a knockout. It is! Alright, good job, Cian. Clean sweep. Well, I guess not clean sweep, because we used 2 Pokemon, but still, pretty cool. I hope I have enough revives. I didn't actually buy any more revives or potions. Hopefully I have some left over from the actual playthrough. Let's see, I have max repels, but how do I get to the medicine? Is it the triggers? No, nope, not the Moonstone. Sorry guys, oh, I think it's these things probably. There we go, okay. I'm not used to the controls in some of these games. It's been a while. So we'll revive Rod in case we need him, and we'll use some quick potions. And then I think Koga is now the second member of the Elite Four. So that'll be mostly poison types. Ah. Okay, Hyper Potion. That should be enough. Yeah, 200 HP. I think nowadays Hyper Potions only heal 120, which is still so weird for me. Because like my entire life, potions have healed a set amount. It's also weird too when they like change some of the base power, some of the moves, like Flamethrower being 90 instead of 95. Because I grew up with it being one thing, and like I have to like override that information now. Okay. Who to fight against a poison type user with? Let's go ahead. We don't have any psychic or ground Pokemon. So let's use Leah. Water and dragon type should be a fun neutral matchup. I can talk. Alright, Koga. Bring it on. From what I recall, at least in like the original Gold and Silver, he had a lot of like bug Pokemon and just kind of a diverse group, like an Ariados. Muck is poison type. I think Crobat is best still. And then, of course, being Heartgold in the rematch, I'm sure he has an interesting variety of Gen 1 through 4 Pokemon. So we are going to use Rain Dance. That'll boost our speed because we have Swift Swim, and will also boost our Surf Attack. I can remember one time I trained a Kingdra, I think a long time ago, that had both Surf and Waterfall, so I could attack Pokemon on whichever defensive stat was weaker. But for this one, I just went for coverage instead. So we are poisoned. I think that was toxic. I was talking and not looking. So our days are numbered, which makes sense for Koga's sort of ninja style, annoying you until you die, with moves like Toxic and evasion moves and confusion. But hopefully with enough brute force, we can just power right through it. This team is has a lot of weather going on, and it's not very synergistic, but just the way it worked out, where like I have a Sunny Day Pokemon, I have Rainous Pokemon, and I have Tyranitar, which has Sandstream. But, you know. Alright, now I'm not sure if Toxicroak might have, was like Moist Skin or something, where it actually, I think, is immune to water. Just in case, let's use Outrage. That will lock us into Outrage, but Outrage from Kingdra is a very strong attack, so there are a lot worse things to be locked into. And I would think this would be a knockout. Yes, Toxicroak is not very defensive. Toxicroak is another cool Pokemon that I haven't trained yet. I still plan to do a lot more Pokemon videos, whether it's full Let's Plays or just like those boss battle series. Because I do want to just use a bunch of cool Pokemon that I haven't had a chance to use yet. Alright, Crobat, his best one. We are locked into Outrage, unfortunately. We could use Ice Beam. Although even so, Ice Beam is base 95, that's 190 base power essentially. Whereas Outrage is 180. So it's not that much worse. Now we are going to be confused and poisoned after this wears off, unfortunately. And Fly actually makes our poison even worse, so... And if the rain stops, Crobat could even be faster, which would be really bad. Yep, the rain stopped. Oh no, and there's the poison. Okay. You did a good job, Leah. Take a nice rest. We'll bring out somebody else to finish this battle. Okay. Not sure I want to bring out Cherry, being a grass type. So let's go ahead and bring out Kroot, our Tyranitar. Arguably the strongest Pokemon on our team. And we are a little slow though, definitely slower than Crobat. So let's use Rock Polish, which doubles our speed, and after that we probably will be faster. Even if we were the same level, I would think doubling our speed would be faster than Crobat. Crobat's very fast, but Rock Polish is a really good move, and we're 16 levels higher, so that helps us too. Okay, we'll use Stone Edge because it's super effective. And it's a hit. That's good, because Stone Edge has, I think, 80% accuracy, so people call it Stone Miss sometimes. Because it seems to miss more than that 20%. Not really, if you actually tracked it, I'm sure it'd be 20%. But it's more memorable when it misses than when it hits, so... I and everybody else always feel like it misses more than 20%. And Venomoth, one of his old Pokemon. Crunch might be enough to knock it out, because Venomoth's not that strong, but... Let's go for Stone Edge because it's fun, it's super effective, and has a high crit chance too, which is cool. Although we don't really need that. Alright, down goes Venomoth. Tyranitar is a pseudo-legendary, which means a tier 3 Pokemon or a fully evolved Pokemon with stat total, or base stat total of 600. So it's very, very strong. And Swalot, a Gen 3 poison type. I think Earthquake is probably our best bet here since it's super effective. Even though we don't get the same type attack bonus from Earthquake since we're not ground type. It's still a very good move, and it should do a lot of damage here. I think it'll be a knockout. You can tell Swallow has a lot of HP. Down it goes. I hope he has a Muck still. I feel like Muck is like his signature Ooze Pokemon. I wish he had Weezing. I don't think he has Weezing though. I know in the first game he has like, it's like 2 Weezings and a Coughing or something. So it's really weird they didn't give him Weezing in Gold or Silver or Crystal. Or Heartgold or Soul Silver, as far as I remember. But at least he has Muck, so that's kind of cool. Once again, we are going to use Earthquake. For some reason, I really like Muck a lot, too. Again, been ages I've trained one, it is kind of slow. But I think I'm going to do an Alolan Muck when I eventually do like an Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun boss battle series. But first I want to do a Let's Play of probably Pokemon Sun, or Pokemon Moon, one of the two. Which will probably be my next full Pokemon Let's Play, actually, although I've got some other games I want to play first, some non-Pokemon games, so not sure when I'll get to that. Okay, once again, if you guys will indulge me, I will do a quick heal of our team, just because you never know when one of these Elite Four members will be unexpectedly challenging. And we'll use Hyper Potions. I think it's in the newer games, when you use a potion, it doesn't just like go back to the main menu, it lets you keep using them. Which is really nice. I know in Pokemon Go it does that. I'm pretty sure in the newer games you can do that too. I'm also playing Arceus in my free time. And I'm pretty sure that's the case in that game. That's a game too where I wouldn't want to do a full Let's Play of it because I feel like it's not kind of like the vibe. It's like very open world and relaxing. But I'll probably do like a boss battle series there. It's not gym leaders, but its own kind of boss battle. Okay, we are against a fighting type user now. Let's go ahead and use Cherry, our Meganium, since grass should be a neutral matchup. I was going to say if Bruno still has Onyxes, we'd be super effective against them, but I think he evolved them all into Steelixes now. Although being the rematch... Yeah, I think in the original Gold and Silver, his original team, which might be the same as this game, was like Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Onix, Machamp, I'm pretty sure. He just replaced one Onix for Hitmontop. But in his rematch team, I don't remember what he has. So probably just one Steelix either way, though. Actually, he might have had Steelix instead of Onix. I can't remember now. It was probably Steelix. Counter. Ooh, that's going to be a lot of damage. That's double the damage we did to him. Ouch. Alright, we held on there. Let's be a little bit cheeky here and see what happens with Synthesis. Is he going to try to use counter again? Okay, so we're at 44. So let's see if we end up with more than 44 HP after this attack. Close combat, no, okay. Trying to finish us off. Although, it didn't really work that well. Hitmontop is not that strong of a Pokemon, to be honest. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think in competitive battling it actually used to be very useful because it had like Fake Out, I think it could have Intimidate as an ability. Could probably learn Stealth Rock, so there were definitely some cool things you could do with Hitmontop. Okay, there we go. Healed up most of our HP, let's go back to Seed Bomb. But just in terms of like stat total, I don't think Hitmontop is really that good. Not one of my personal favorites at least, I'll stick with Hitmonlee. Speaking of which, there he is. That'd be a fun Pokemon to train too. I don't think I've trained Hitmonlee in forever. Alright, once again, Seed Bomb is our best bet. It's our stab attack. And I'm pretty sure we're holding Miracle Seed as well for an additional boost to Grass-type moves. Hey, one-hit knockout. Didn't really expect that, but I will take it. Good job, Cherry. If you guys haven't noticed yet, all my Pokemon are named after cities in the games that they're from. Also, Cherry is not supposed to have Rock Climb in like its planned moveset, and the one I used for most of the game, it had Body Slam, which is probably my favorite normal type attack. Just a nice solid 85 base power, 100% accuracy attack, and a crit. Nice job, that might have actually mattered there. It also has that 30% paralyzed chance, so that's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure we needed Rock Climb to get to Red, the final fight in the game. So I looked at all my Pokemon and said, well, Rock Climb's more or less as good as Body Slam. We'll replace that. And I stand by that decision. Hariyama is pretty cool too. I trained one of those in my very first Pokemon Sapphire playthrough. Not Let's Play, but playthrough, like as a kid, or as a, I don't know, 12-year-old. A very long time ago. Alright, so unfortunately all of our attacks are physical attacks. We're in Gen 4, so that's after the special split. So grass attacks are not special attacks. Seed Bomb is a physical grass attack. Low kick. I think that does more against heavy opponents, so yeah, not too much damage there. Meganium is not that heavy of a Pokemon. And if I remember correctly, low kick was just like a... Like, I don't think it did that in Gen 1. I don't think there's anything that complicated. I think it was just a low base power fighting attack. But I kind of like that they changed that. Alright, Lucario. A steel and fighting type, so this is a good chance to use Earthquake, our coverage move. We are faster, which is good. Lucario is another one of my, I think, top 10 favorites. Very cool Pokemon with a great move pool. I love Pokemon with great move pools. He's cool looking, has good types. Just a cool Pokemon. I trained one of those in my second team in Brilliant Diamond. No, yeah, Brilliant Diamond. So if you want to see me use Lucario, actually especially base Lucario, check out that Let's Play. I'm also training one in just for fun in RCS right now, but like I said, that's on my own time. Okay, so far Cherry is doing very good. Let's see if our luck will hold out against Machamp, Bruno's strongest Pokemon, just like last time. Alright, a pretty good attack, but that's right, Machamp can have the ability No Guard, which is really great with Dynamic Punch, because No Guard means you never miss. Alright, so Cherry actually survived that. Good job. So now it just comes down to a roll. Will we be fully confused, or will we attack? Yes, good job, Cherry. That's awesome. Coming through for us. So there's a clean sweep. And down goes Bruno. That's what I love about Pokemon battles. They're all so dynamic and so unique. Like, there's just, like, no two Pokemon battles are probably ever the same. I mean, I guess, like, early on in the game, clearly, when you have less moves and stuff. Like, no two Elite Four runs, I would say, are ever the same. well, more asterisk. I'm sure they are, and like Pokemon people that are doing like speed runs and min-max things. It's probably happened. But if you're just playing the game, like use your favorites, use some fun Pokemon, use the movesets that you find cool. That definitely makes them unique. Alright, so now we are against Karen, because Lance has been promoted to the champion this time, which is awesome. Go Lance. So, I think the only one we haven't used yet is Olive. Let's give Olive some screen time. Togekiss, my second favorite. It would be really good against Dark types being a Fairy type, but Fairy type does not exist yet, so we are a normal and flying type. It's really tempting to have like Tri-Attack on a normal Togekiss, because I think it gets like... I can't remember what the chance of the condition is. I think it's 20%, so it'd be 40 with our Serene Grace ability, which doubles our chance of secondary effects. But there just wasn't enough room for it in our move pool, so instead we have Air Slash, Aura Sphere, and Shadow Ball and Roost. Aura Sphere and Shadow Ball are really great for type coverage. Together they hit every Pokemon for at least normal damage. Well, I guess not Hisuian Zoroark, but that doesn't exist yet. And then Air Slash is just, you know, it's like Togekiss' signature move, so gotta have that. It's a special flying type attack, and it has that really good flinch chance, which because of our ability is doubled from 30% to 60%. I had so much fun back in the day using a Trace Scarf Togekiss. People always expected like Thunder Wave, so it'd be fun to surprise them by outspeeding them, and then you can flinch them because you're super fast, so that was fun. I don't remember, I do have some old competitive battling videos. I'm not sure if I have Gen 4 or not. I might. But yeah, it's been a long time. Okay. Spiritomb has no weaknesses in this generation. It is weak to Fairy type later on. Being Dark and Ghost type, so Air Slash it is. Is that a crit? That's a lot of damage. Not a crit, okay. Yeah, I love Togekiss so much. It's a cool Pokemon. Again, it has like a pretty good move pool. It can learn like Flamethrower and some other cool moves too. Psychic, Extrasensory. Great special defense, great special attack, decent speed, and actually a surprising amount of bulk too. It's a little weak on the physical side, but overall a pretty awesome Pokemon, and very cute as well. Alright, against Umbreon, I think this is a good time to use another super effective Aura Sphere. Now, Umbreon is a very defensive Pokemon. I think its defense is a lot higher than its special defense, if I remember correctly. But yeah, still pretty bulky, so not surprised it survived that. And while I love the design of Umbreon, it's just a really cool looking Pokemon. Like, let's be honest, it's probably one of the best like designs of a Pokemon ever. It doesn't have good offensive stats, or even like that great of a moveset, so that's always kind of held Umbreon back a little bit for me. Like, love the design, just don't love the, I guess, like the gameplay of it so much. I think like Espeon or Sylveon or Vaporeon are a little more my speed. Better move pools and better offensive stats. And Leafeon too, I had fun training a Leafeon in Brilliant Diamond. Alright, Absol. Absol's a Pokemon I intend to train, I think, in my Pokemon Platinum boss battle series. Again, let's stick with Aura Sphere. Absol's going to use Detect, which is just going to waste our time. Alright, there we go. Absol's another really cool Pokemon design. It's a little bit slow and a little bit weak defensively, but... And it kind of lacks good stab options too. So there's a few things about Absol I don't love, but it's just such a cool Pokemon that I have to use one. Like, and it has a really cool ability too with like getting all those crits. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And Houndoom. Alright. Let's use Air Slash. I know Aura Sphere will be more damage, but it's our signature attack. I want to use Air Slash a little bit more. Probably not a one-hit knockout. It is! Good job, Olive. I shouldn't have doubted you. Houndoom is another Pokemon I used in my Brilliant Diamond second team. I used two teams because there were the XP in that game is just crazy, so I didn't want to be like insanely overleveled. It actually ended up being a lot of fun, kind of using one team for the more important parts of the game, then one team when I'm just like walking around routes and, you know, facing random trainers. And I got to use some really cool Pokemon I hadn't used in a while. Okay, no revives needed. Do I even need a Hyper Potion? No, everybody's all topped off. Okay, that's awesome. So now it's time to face the champion, Lance. Let's go ahead and bring out Root for some more screen time. And it could be a clean sweep, honestly. But I wouldn't think so, because Lance is very strong. We're definitely a higher level. But I feel like he'll have some Pokemon that are able to withstand our attacks and retaliate for some pretty good damage. He looks older here too, which I like. Because it's been, what, 3 years? Gotta have the cape. Cooler outfit too, but just my personal opinion. And yeah, okay. Right off the bat, leading with Salamence, a very strong Pokemon, another pseudo-legendary, and only 9 levels higher. And we're intimidated, so yeah, this is going to be tough. Dragon Claw. That's a decent move, but it's only 80 base power, and we have a pretty good defensive stat, so I'm not too worried about that. Just kind of like your default standard dragon attack. Do a little bit of damage with Sandstorm, which can't hurt. That might make the difference. Because after that Intimidate, I know without the Intimidate, Salamence would definitely faint to Stone Edge. After the Intimidate, I'm a lot less sure. Salamence can actually be, it's not as bulky as Dragonite, but it actually can be pretty bulky, I think. And a crit. Stone Edge does have a high crit chance, so that's pretty cool. Good job, Kroot. Yeah, no way it can survive a crit, Intimidate or not. And crits ignore stat drops too. Garchomp, another one of my top 10 favorites. And a very good typing too between Ground and Dragon. We have nothing super effective. Stone Edge is not very effective, so here's a good time to use Crunch. And we missed. Oh, does it have Sand Veil? I must have Sand Veil. Using our own Sandstorm against us. Wow, tricky. Earthquake is super effective. I think we were going to survive it though. I am wrong. Garchomp is just too strong. Okay, I thought being 9 levels higher and being pretty defensive, we'd have a chance there, but I guess not. Okay, so the tricky part here is that Garchomp is really fast. So like if I had Leah already in with a rain, with the rain going, we'd be faster. But it's our only ice attack, and I'm really worried about going in there with a dragon type who's weak to Garchomp's Outrage or Dragon Rush, whatever it wants to do. Let's bring in Cherry. It's a neutral matchup, but we can do some decent damage, I think, with Seed Bomb. And we'll see what Garchomp wants to do with us in return. And I don't remember in this gen if Sandstorm goes on forever or if it ends after 5 turns. I feel like it might still go on forever. They changed that at some point. But Gen 4 is pretty early. My guess is it didn't. Ironically now, Sandstorm is doubly working against me because not only does Garchomp have the evasion boost, but it's now not getting hurt by Sandstorm, whereas Cherry is. We actually might run out of power points on Seed Bomb here. I probably should have used like a Lepa Berry, but I just didn't think of that, to be honest. There's Outrage, my favorite move. It's a lot of damage for sure. And I would use Synthesis to heal, but again, in Sandstorm, it does less damage. Can we survive this hit? I think we can. I think it's 116. Yes, okay. Garchomp is confused. I would not be surprised at all if Lance uses the full restore. I'm going to go by the same rule that I use in the Let's Plays. Oh good, he didn't. Must not have been within the threshold. It was close though. In my Let's Plays I don't use in-battle items, just because, you know, it's AI, so I try to give them a fighting chance by giving them some advantage. Which is good too. Like I've had a lot of good battles in all these Let's Plays, a lot of really close fun ones. Or at least ones that aren't clean sweeps. Okay, who should we add in now? Let's add in Cian. I know Fire is not really good against most of Lance's team, if maybe not all of it. But we can at least use Sunny Day here to get rid of that Sandstorm, although maybe I don't want to now that Charizard is out. Yeah, let's just go straight for Thunderbolt. Again, fighting Fire with Fire. Didn't plan that. Yeah, so I try to go into these battles around the same level, if not a little bit under-leveled, and I don't use in-battle items so that they can be more interesting. And I will say I have actually lost in Let's Plays, not very often, but against a couple of champion fights and taken a couple tries, especially when I'm going in very under-leveled. And even once or twice, maybe more than that, in non-champion battles too. So you never know. Alright, good thing I left the Sandstorm going, because it actually worked to my advantage there. So, Kroot striking back from the beyond. Gyarados. We're intimidated, but that doesn't really matter. So I have no idea what Gyarados wants to do. Probably Waterfall. And I'm worried that even with Sunny Day, a Waterfall will be enough to knock out Cyan. So I think I should be faster, and I should probably just go for Thunderbolt, because that should be a one-hit knockout. I kind of wanted to use the same strategy I used with Slowbro, but you know, Gyarados is not weak to Grass, so... And it's doubly weak to Electric, so I think this was the right move. Gyarados is another one of my favorite Pokemon. I like the sprite there too. Some of the sprites, especially like in the newer games, or maybe not newer anymore, the mid-new games, it looks really like not that long, like really blunt. But like the original Gen 1 and even this sprite too, it's like this epic dragon snake. Probably top 20, I would say. Favorites. Alright, Altaria, a cool dragon type. It will resist Flamethrower and Solar Beam, so really our only choice is to use Thunderbolt here. And I had a lot of fun training Altaria in my Alpha Sapphire Let's Play, a Mega Altaria, which is just amazing. That was a lot of fun. The Altaria is cool and all, but it doesn't have the best stats or... I mean, I guess his typing is fine, but it's like if you're going to use a Dragon and Flying type, there's like Dragonite and Salamence. So... Mega Altaria is a lot more fun in my opinion. In a way, this is sort of just like an advertisement for all my Let's Play series. Not intentional, but like, yeah. Like I said, if you guys are enjoying this, you'll enjoy those as well, I'm sure. Alright, Cyan has fainted, but now Altaria has to rest due to the Hyper Beam. And yeah, the Sandstorm goes on forever. Because it's Gen 4. Not sure how many he has left. He has a Dragonite still. Can I see how many he has left? I cannot. Okay, let's count them off. He had Salamence, Garchomp, Charizard, and I'm missing again Gyarados. So yeah, he has 2 left. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in Olive. Now what's interesting though is Dragonite probably has Inner Focus. I think that's the only ability it can have until it gets its hidden ability in, I guess, Gen 5. Oh, and a miss. Okay, that's okay though because of the recharge. So ironically, our Air Slash strategy might not really work against Dragonite, but... and, you know, funnily enough, I'll be using my second favorite Pokemon to fight my first favorite Pokemon. But my money is still on Olive, so... Let's see how this goes. Because even though we can't flinch Dragonite, we can still do a lot of damage with Air Slash. This will be good too. I don't remember what Dragonite has. I don't think it has an Electric or Ice-type attack. Because Dragonite has an amazing move pool, one of my favorite things about it. But it can only learn 4 moves still, so it probably knows like, you know, Outrage, maybe Dragon Dance, maybe Hyper Beam or Giga Impact, just knowing Lance. It'd be funny if it knew like Safeguard from like the old days. It still might. Draco Meteor. Okay, that's right. I think this has like a special build or something. And of course, we're not Fairy type, so we can be hit by Draco Meteor. It would make a lot more sense though to have like Draco Meteor, Outrage, Earthquake, and Flamethrower or something, or Fire Blast. That'd be cool. That'd be a good moveset. But I feel like his like a fully special build, which like really always struck me as weird. Let's use Roost actually, because now that its special attack is lowered, it can't do that again. Good chance to use a cool recovery attack. And he does have Safeguard, okay. Although I don't know if Safeguard, does it protect you from the confusion of Outrage? Does it even have Outrage? I don't know. It might just be for like, for old time's sake and actually doing anything, which is kind of sad. I really feel like the second hardest opponent in the entire game should have a really top tier moveset of like Dragon Dance, Outrage, Draco Meteor, and Earthquake or something like that. Alright. Down goes Dragonite. Good job, Olive. Proud of you and the entire team. That was fun. Got to use everybody. I think they all got to show up their strengths. And yeah, this is a really fun team. I miss these guys. But there's also a lot of other cool Pokemon that I haven't trained before, or haven't trained in forever that I want to use. So I'm actually going to be doing a Heartgold boss battle series very soon. So if you're interested in that, definitely watch the channel, subscribe, bookmark it, whatever you want to do. In fact, by the time you watch this, it might even be up already. But that's gonna be really fun too, because like these are 6 really strong Pokemon, not legendaries or anything, but just really high stat Pokemon. The 6 I'm about to use are also fairly strong, but a little bit less so. More like a team that like I feel like an average trainer could have. So I think that's going to be really, really fun too. And there's some fan favorites in there like Flygon and Gallade and a few others. So all right, I'm going to go ahead and save the game, and I'll be back for the next league.